What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to By the Common Man. I'm your host, Ardell Jackson. I want to thank everybody. It's Monday. It's Monday. I hope everybody's having a great Monday. A new week, a fresh opportunity. No matter what happened last week, no matter what happened last week, today is another chance to move forward. Truly is. Some of you guys are starting this week excited. Some of you guys are starting this week exhausted, had a long weekend, may have had a lot of fun, or just may have just had a lot going on, working in the yard, doing all types of stuff, running your kids around at different events, and you just feel like you're just super tired. Um, some of you guys are going to start some of you guys are starting the week carrying burdens that none of us know about, you know, and that's true. True a lot. We all carry a lot of burden that no one else knows about. Some of you guys are even wondering how the heck you're gonna make it through the next week and another week at your job or whatever you got going on, because it's a lot on your plate. Well, wherever you are today, I want you to know this: don't quit before the week even begins. So we're in a motivational Monday. I don't want anybody quitting on yourself. I want you guys to really look at yourself, and when you look at yourself in the mirror and you wake up, I want you guys to look at yourself in the mirror going forward this week and always say, I'm not going to quit. Don't quit before the week even begins. Keep pushing through. Life is going to present challenges. We all know that. We know that they're going to present those challenges. That's not possible. That's a guarantee. We know it's a guarantee. There will be obstacles, of course. What's life without obstacles? Unexpected setbacks, disappointments. How many times have you been disappointed? How many times have we had setbacks in our lives? People who doubt you, co-workers, I mean, even bosses that doubt you or doubt your abilities, but you know what your abilities are. So, let's keep fighting. Don't have that quit. Moments when you won't even question yourself. I've had times when I question myself, so you won't have moments when you question yourself. But here's the question: will the obstacles that you are currently facing, will they stop you, or will you let them strengthen you? That's what it is. That's the question right there. Will the obstacles stop you, or will they strengthen you? You see, when I coach basketball, and I love the sport, love the game, I use a lot of references to it. So forgive me for all the non-sports fans, but I try to break it down a little bit. But when I coach basketball, we sometimes found ourselves down 20 points, and that seems like a big number to most people. The crowd thought the game was over. I mean, heck, people on the other team, they thought they had already won. They were cheering, doing all this other stuff, all the rah rah, all the other things. But I gathered my players. I called a timeout, and I would gather my players together, and I'd say something that they'd never forget, because they tell me about this all the time. So I'd say stuff they never forget, and I'd tell them, "Hey, look, we're not down. We're not down 20 points. We're only down 10 possessions. So why you guys got your heads down? Don't look at the score. Just think about the possessions. We're only down 10 possessions, 10 stops, 10 scores, and we right back in the game. Think about it. The score said 20 points. These are young ladies, collegiate athletes, talented, but they saw that score and they just said 20 points. We down 20. And then I saw 10 possessions, and the reason why is because 20 points felt so overwhelming to them. 10 possessions felt more manageable. So I went, hey, you're only down 10 possessions. They felt like it was more manageable then. And that's how we have to approach life. And that's how I approach life. Some of us look at problems like they're 20 points down. I know there's been times when I looked at problems like I was 20 points down, and I was like, oh man, how am I going to even, make this happen? How am I going to make this up? Bills, health issues, broken relationships, grief, stress, anxiety, career challenges. And then we become overwhelmed because we're looking at the whole scoreboard, the whole scoreboard of life. Instead, break it down one possession at a time. And that's how I do it. Break it down one possession at a time, one decision at a time. One conversation, one prayer, one opportunity, one day. That's how comebacks happen. That's how comeback happens. That's how you get those comebacks, those big comebacks. Even in sports, even in life. So a lot of folks don't become billionaires or millionaires without failing, without having some type of setbacks. But they keep fighting through. They believe in themselves. So believe in yourself. Don't ever not believe in yourself. You know what you were created for. You know what your purpose is. Believe in yourself. Not all at once, one possession at a time, though. You got to take it one possession at a time. Sometimes it just doesn't happen all at once. You got to take it one possession at a time. When we're trying to come back in a game, we didn't try to score 20 points in one play. It was pretty much physically impossible. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much physically impossible. Um, what we would do is we would focus on the defensive stop, a good pass, one rebound, one smart decision, and then we did it again, and then we did it again, and before you knew it, boom, what what looked like it was impossible became possible, became possible in a lot of ways. Life works the same way. I truly believe it does. I always relate everything I do. I always look at it from a basketball standpoint because it's just the teamwork, the difficulties, all those challenges, right, that you face. You don't fix your entire life today. You don't. You don't accomplish every goal this week. You don't simply take the next, you just simply take the next right step, right? So you just take the next right step. Then you take another, then another. And then what? Eventually you look back and you realize just how far you've come. And so that's what you want to do. But let me tell you something else that I don't think a lot of us realize, and I didn't at some point in my life. Don't let the life challenges change who you are. And that's something I really want to resonate today too with this conversation, this podcast, is don't let life challenges change who you are. The world has a way of testing our character, challenging us in ways that, make us do some really stupid things. When life gets hard, it's easy to become angry, right? It's easy to become bitter. It's easy to return to old habits you worked so hard to leave behind. Maybe it's negativity, maybe it's fear, maybe it's addiction, maybe it's unhealthy relationships, maybe it's giving up. Don't let the temporary struggles pull you back into permanent patterns. The obstacles isn't there to destroy you. That's not what they're there for. It's there to develop you. You remember, I used to tell my players, pressure reveals character. Challenges reveal strength. Hard seasons reveal what? What you're made of. Every mountain teaches you something new, and every valley does what? Every mountain teaches you something new that a valley never could, because the valley, you just see what's there, but when you go up to the mountain peak, and each mountain shows you a whole different scenery, shows you a whole different place. So you don't run from your challenges. You face them head on, you hit them head on, you don't run from them. You got to grow through them, right? You got to go through them, grow through them. Because every challenge is preparing you for something greater. I've learned something over the years. The strongest people aren't the ones who never struggle. The strongest people are the ones who refuse to stay down. They keep getting back up. They keep fighting. They never give up. They keep getting back up again. That's resilience. That's discipline. That's faith. That's growth. This world will try to convince you that circumstances define who you are. That's how this world works. It'll try to convince you that. I truly believe that. At one point, it convinced me. Your responses define you. You may not control what happens to you, right? But you always have a choice on how to respond. You always have a choice on how to respond. That's where the power lives. That's where the power truly lives, is in your response. Your mindset matters. Your attitude matters. Your words matter. Remember, the words you speak over your life become the thoughts you believe. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't, I'm defeated, I'm too far behind, I'm not good enough, eventually you believe these things. You feel what I'm saying? You believe these things, but if you tell yourself, I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting better, I keep, you know, you know, I'll keep showing up, you know, I'll keep fighting. Your mind begins to do what? Your mind begins to believe that too. It truly does. Your words plant seeds. Make sure you plant the right ones. As you head into the week, I want you to what? Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself this week. Truly challenge yourself this week. Stop focusing on how far you have to go. Focus on the next possession. What's the next right decision? You see what I'm saying? Um, what's the one thing you can improve on today? Who can you encourage? What habit can you strengthen? What excuse can you eliminate? Success isn't built in giant leaps and bounds. It's not built that way. It's built through consistency. Ordinary decisions made every single day. One possession, one play, one step, one day. And here's something I want you to remember. You're not competing with anyone else. You're not. You're truly not competing with anyone else. You're competing with the person who you were yesterday. So become 1% better today than you were yesterday. You get what I'm saying? Then do it again tomorrow. That's how lives change. That's how communities change. That's how people change. That's how we change. That's how families change. That's how, one person's decision and one person decided not to quit is amazing because it affects everyone around them. They see that. They mirror that. They want to be that. Right? So if you're feeling down today, if you feel like life has you behind in any type of way, if you feel like life has you down 20, remember what I used to tell my players all the time. Just remember that. You're only down what? 10 possessions. You're only down 10 possessions. The game isn't over. The clock is still running. There's still time to what? To fight. There's still time to what? To grow. There's still time to what? To win. Keep showing up. Keep believing in yourself. Don't stop. Keep doing the work because every possession matters. Every possession matters. Every possession in your life matters. Every moment matters. And then before you know it, you'll look back and realize the comeback began the moment you refused to quit. I'm gonna say that one more time. You'll look back and you'll realize the comeback began the moment you refused to quit. And man, that's powerful. That's powerful. That's really truly powerful. Thank you guys for spending a few minutes with me today. And I love this. I love this. I love doing this. I love just talking it through. Hoping I can reach some people. I hope if you're going through something, I hope this is benefiting you. If you feel like it is, definitely leave me a comment. Let me know what else we can share, what we can talk about. My whole purpose is here to just motivate individuals, motivate people, motivate families, motivate everyone to just be the best version of themselves each and every day. Don't let life struggles, don't let these worldly things change who you are. Don't let them change your character. Don't let them take away from the person that you were meant to be. Be who you are. You know, find that spiritual self-awareness. Find out what you want out of life and go pursue that. Don't let anyone tell you anything other than what you believe you can do. Remember, purpose is a gift, and we all have that. So don't quit. If this message encourages you guys, share it with someone who needs a little motivation today. Share it with someone who needs a little motivation to start out their week. Subscribe to the channel. Be a part of the family. Let's help each other. Let's encourage each other. Leave a comment telling me what challenges you're choosing to face one possession at a time. Let's build each other up, not build each other down. Let's encourage one another to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. Let's remind the world that ordinary people can live extraordinary lives. Man, that's powerful, right? Let's remind the world that ordinary people can live extraordinary lives. Until next time, and until next Monday, I'm your host, Ardell Jackson. This is By the Common Man. And remember, and I want you guys to remember this, life isn't won in one giant moment. There's one possession, one decision, and one day at a time. Have a blessed week. See you guys on the next episode. Peace and love. I'm out.